Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show. I apologize to the homie in the comments yesterday. I forgot the young lady's name who called me out for not doing my welcome normally the way I normally do it. That's on me. So we got a good one in there for today. What's up, everybody? We got, 8 games on the slate here for a Friday, so plenty to look at. I see plenty of y'all already in the comments. Much appreciated, so that David can get these looks going. Appreciate David, as always, producing this thing. We're going to be get going a little bit game by game here, but definitely drop your plays in there, and we'll make sure to find them. Whatever you got, put it into the comments. Bring your bets, all that, and we'll go through that stuff together. I've got a couple looks that I need to get up on the bottom line real quick for you that I already have for today. There was, I think it was Phil or somebody was in the comments already called it out, which was Miles Turner. Love Miles Turner today, under on the blocks. This is something that we went to last year as well with Miles Turner, where we took him under 1.5 blocks whenever he played the Celtics. And this thing got up to like minus 155 on him to go under 2 blocks starting last year when we were in the playoffs. So this is a great number. We're getting still good plus money for Miles Turner under blocks. I wonder if some people already nuked that, to be honest. But let me get those bets up for you real quick and put them on the bottom line so we can get that scrolling and you guys can look there. But we're going to add plenty of stuff, I'm sure. So I'm going to get that going here real quick. I want to get that into all caps for y'all. Put this up on the leans, or no, excuse me, my card. So I got the card on the bottom, also have the leans on the bottom. So if you are looking at the leans, that's not necessarily on the card yet, but hopefully we'll be finding stuff that we can just put right onto the card. All right, so the card is up, scrolling. Make sure y'all take a look at that when you come in and all that. Let's see what Miles Turner is at on the blocks right now. I'm going to pull up my screen here in just a minute as you guys keep trickling in. Go ahead and give that video a like on your way in if you are getting stuff out of these streams. Hopefully you guys are getting some good bets as a result of them. Yeah, it's down to even money. I think somebody called that out too in the chat. You can get under 1.5 still, plus 130 on Bet365, plus 125 on BetMGM. It is even money on DK. I haven't seen it on FanDuel, but that's on the bottom line as the first bet, which is Miles Turner under 1.5 blocks. It's real simple. I'll start looking at that when I share my screen here in a minute. We've got basically a team shooting all threes for the Celtics, and Miles Turner is going to be guarding a dude who's standing on the 3-point line, especially if there's no Kristaps. Without Kristaps, this is an even better bet for Miles Turner under 1.5 blocks because we're going to have him guarding Papa Al out on the 3-point line. So he's really not going to get blocks. Not like the Celtics are going into the paint that much anyway. They are a 3-point shooting team. They take the most threes. They make the most threes. And as a result, they don't get blocked. They get blocked the 4th least. So I love the under on the blocks for our boy to start it off. Just throw that one out for the early birds that are here already. One more time, if you would go ahead and like that video, goes a super long way. And shout out to David, as always, for producing this thing and helping us get as many plays as we can. I feel like I've doubled the amount of looks that I can get in a live show because we have a legit producer here. So big shout out to David, as always. I'm saying what's up to everybody. We got Marcus in here, as always. Appreciate you, bro. Stan slanging them looks for sure. We got to take a look at what you got in here, Stan. We'll take a look. What's up, James? You want to look at Tatum, Brown, and Derek White. Let us know what you want to look at, though. So when you're jumping in with these bets, let me know what the specific prop is, not just the player, and also give me a little bit of a reason. It goes a long way to help me understand why you want to look at it. So what do you want to look at for Tatum? If you want to take Tatum for rebounds, why is that? If it's as simple as Tatum has a great hit rate getting rebounds against the Pacers, all right, well, at least give me a starting point, and that'll help me out, right? I'm also going to keep rolling with y'all, see what you guys have here. I know David's recording this stuff, but everybody wants to look at Wemby today. So we should look at Wembanyama, who's tearing up the league right now for sure. Gafford lines. Yeah, we got to look at the lively stuff, right? So there are a few guys who are going to be questionable still. I didn't make a graphic for them today, but what we have right now that we're keeping an eye on, I know David's keeping an eye on it, but it's this lively questionable tag, and then it's the 2 dudes for Boston. It's Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. If you guys see anything about any of those guys, Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Derek Lively, we get any info about them, then we need to know that immediately so we can try to take advantage of lines where they're at. The other one would be Draymond, but I think he's more doubtful than he is questionable. So we'll go with that. But what's up, Amber? What's up, Bambo? Real Yayo, you want to look at Westbrook PRA. Happy Friday, Malcolm, for sure. What's up, MZ? We got tipping wheelchairs in here. Always makes me say your name. I'm like, I don't support this, but Andrew Wiggins, 15.5 points. PJ Wash, 1.5 threes. Edie point. Yeah, so Edie's popular. PJ Washington seems popular. We can take a look at Andrew Wiggins. I actually am pretty successful betting on him, but what's up? Well, success. And Jonathan, is Cat at 12.5 rebounds, Jonathan, or is he at 13.5 now? We got to make sure, because I know he bumped up on a couple books. So we'll take a look at it. But man, yeah. I don't know how much. Let's try to make sure we're not moving too many lines so that we can keep getting these bets under wraps. But appreciate you as always, Phil. Cyber Steve, I'll start that one. We'll take a look at Zoo against the Dubs for sure. Yeah, I got Goga in there. So what's up, Shadows Wicked? Good to have you always too, man. But we've got the stuff scrolling on the bottom line. I believe I have a look for Goga in there against the Knicks. So make sure y'all checking out what's going on. You can see right now I also got an MPJ bet in there. So we got more to go, but I'm still just seeing what you guys have. If anything stands out. What's up, man? Good to see you, Jacob. Yeah, no doubt, man. Hope you had a good Christmas too. Hope everybody was been chilling this Christmas. We had a Christmas Day, nice little sweep on the card there. But let's get into it. Let's just one more reminder. Go ahead and give that video a like if you have not yet. I did not upload my betting review. I didn't even make my betting review. We went 4-3 yesterday. Only made a half a unit, so not much to brag about. But we'll take a half a unit on 7 bets as opposed to losing any money. I'll tell you that. But go ahead, and if you do want to jump into the VIP, we've got that up as well. That is available on the link is in the description of the video. You can check that out and get in there. Don't have any deals right now, but I want to get some going. I will say I don't have this up either. We have you'll see scrolling on the bottom here. Let me actually get this up. That's my bad. You'll see scrolling on the not scrolling on the bottom. Give me a second to try to tell you what I'm trying to say here. The first game we're going to be looking at Knicks and everything. What I'm trying to say is that we are going to be scrolling through. You can see the video promos here. If you want to use any of the codes, that'll get you some sportsbook promos. What I'm trying to run with you guys is if you do want to get a free month in the VIP, sign up for any of the books that are scrolling. You can see right now Props Madness is there. We've got one for Underdog. We're going to have one for BETR. If you don't have an account with any of the books that you see scrolling right there where Underdog is right now, go ahead and sign up for one. Use code LYB. Send me a screenshot of you signing up using code LYB to prove that you got the account, and I'll get you a free month in the VIP if you guys are interested in that. So definitely want to make sure you check that out. The code is LYB for whichever book you're using. All the books are linked in the description of the video. So one more time for those of y'all listening, if you want a free month in the VIP, go ahead and sign up for one of the books that you see right now. It's REBET. Get 100% deposit match, code LYB. Go ahead and DM me that stuff right here on Twitter or Discord. Screenshot of you signing up for these books will get you a free month in the VIP. So that's how we have it going for the weekend if anybody's interested. You can see first game I got up here is the Knicks and the Magic, and I'm going to try to go in order as much as possible so we don't lose stuff. I'll just tell you right now, I already bet on Goga. I mean, let's not like stall this thing here and build up any kind of anticipation. Like, I love Goga Bitadze. Is a coin respecter, as we call him. Here's where I'm at with the rebounds, though. This isn't just blindly hitting somebody who's been doing this a lot, right? So we got this. We waited for this to go to 9.5 because it was at 10.5. That's what this number opened at. This is why I preach market pressure and patience, because sometimes you don't need to just get these early lines overnight. Sometimes you're going to get a better number the next day. 10.5 is a high number for Goga. It's higher than it's been. And I knew that it was higher than it's been. And there's probably going to be some people that want to go under on him. And they did. And as a result, we pushed this thing down to 9.5. I'm going over. There's no reason not to like it. Now, let's start with what we've been saying for Goga since the jump, which is for Goga Bitadze, when he's playing without Franz and Paolo, he's averaging about 15 rebounds per 36 minutes, right? This is on the Fantasy Lab site that I'm always showing you guys as well. Just nothing's changed, right? I've been showing this pretty much every show. If you look at Orlando, this is me seeing who is on and off court and how that impacts guys like Goga Bitadze. So for the Magic, I'm going to put Goga on court, and I'm going to put him on court with the guys that I know he's going to be playing with this game, such as Wendell Carter. We can put Tristan DeSilva in there. He's getting hella minutes. Doesn't really matter. Jalen Suggs, KCP. We know those are the starters. So I'm putting those guys on court next to Goga. Off court, I'm taking the guys that I know are not playing. We've got Paolo, we've got Moritz, and we got Franz, right? None of those dudes are going to be playing because they're all hurt, including Moritz for the season. I'm going to make this standard. All right, so what I'm looking at here is in the 78 minutes that Goga has now played where he's not playing with Franz, Moritz, or Paolo, per 36 minutes, he's getting 15 rebounds per game, right? I'm looking at that right here. For Goga, the rebounds right here, 15 rebounds per 36 minutes that he's playing. He's getting 32, 34 minutes, so he's easily getting this number each time, not just because there's no Franz and Paolo, but he's getting more minutes. The only reason he didn't play more minutes against New York, right? So let's look at this last game against them, which was just like a couple weeks ago. Dude played 25 minutes and had 13 rebound chances and 11 boards, right, against the Knicks. The only reason he only played 25 minutes is because Mo Wagner had 32 freaking points. He was 4 for 7 from 3 and took all the minutes. So there was fewer minutes for Goga, and they needed to keep Mo on the floor. Just that simple. It wasn't like he had too bad of foul trouble or anything. So if he got 11 boards in 25 minutes against his team, I don't think we need to be worried about how good New York is at rebounding or limiting center rebounds. We already know that he's capable of this. This is just a system play. He's going to keep getting the minutes. There's no reason to not like it. This is still under 10, and I think he's good for 11 if he plays 25 minutes every time. That's what the numbers say. So I'm going to keep riding with it. We took an over on his boards. Other bet I did not have from this game. Yeah, I don't have anything else from this game right now, but I'm sure there's a couple looks. Let me look at what you guys are bringing for this game real quick. Anything that stood out to you, David, while I'm looking at it?
Someone put in there about Suggs rebounds, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, we did that. We've been doing that. Went back to it yesterday. We got hooked on it. We should probably still be going back to it. Did someone suggest that, or is that just you knowing that that's what we've been betting recently too?
No, that was in at the beginning, and then I was thinking about the video that you shared.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a video of the highlight of Jalen Suggs having a rebound stolen from him as Goga tackles him to get the defense or the offensive board, and that leads to him getting hooked on the 5 that we took him for yesterday. You can't even get 3.5 anymore, so the books are hip to that his prop should be up at about 4.5. You are getting plus 120 still on DraftKings for him to get 5 boards, which we took yesterday. It's a bit of I thought it was a bit of a better bet against Miami, who's a worse rebounding team than the Knicks. In the last game against the Knicks, he did have 5 on 11 rebound chances. It does seem like it's still worth it. I'm just waffling on it because it didn't hit yesterday, and I was pretty annoyed by it. But he still had the 9 rebound chances yesterday, so there's not much of a reason to hate it. Let's can we throw that on the leans for a minute, David, instead of the card? Yeah, there's a little difference between the leans and the card. So the leans are going to have over 4.5 rebounds for Suggs for plus 120. And that is on DraftKings that we would take that. And this is the same thing for Suggs. If you look at the same stuff up here that I was just talking about, if you have him on court, he's actually at about 6.4 rebounds per 36. And you know he's playing 34 to 36 minutes. He's their best offensive player. So I think we can bank on him going out there for the Knicks. I don't really care that it's a back-to-back for Suggs. He's a crazy athlete. Like, he doesn't care about that. So I think that should be a bet, at least for like maybe even half a unit, because if I miss out on it and it hits, it's like if you just keep hitting black on the black or the roulette wheel, and then you don't hit black one time and then it hits, like why would you do that? So I'll just keep hitting black and hit Suggs in this one. But that was the main things I was looking at for this one. As far as the Knicks go, the only thing I would say here is that Brunson is the guy that makes the most sense. The way you score against Orlando is not by spotting up. You score against them as the pick and roll ball handler. At the same time, I just said that about Mikal Bridges against San Antonio, and he went off for like 42 points or whatever. So do with that what you will. But Brunson would be the guy as a pick and roll ball handler, the dude who's scoring off the pull up. That's how you beat this Orlando Magic team. But let me just make sure that y'all aren't bringing me anything in the live chat either. I know we got a lot more people in here. Yeah, go ahead and give that video a like if you guys are in here. We got some looks. Let me know why you guys like it. I know. Okay, so even this, right, for Snake Person 24, Mikal Bridges crushed the line 10 of 11. Yes, so he has hit this bet consistently for sure. No question. Now this is 15.5. Y'all are getting silly disrespectful here with the 15.5. When did this drop? Wow. So it's just, whoa. There's no way that's still available. Look at the disparity between that. Let me look at DraftKings Live here and see if this is pulling through correctly. I could not believe that Mikal would be at 15.5. Dude just had 42 points. I know this is the Magic. He also just scored against the Magic this amount. So, yeah, 16 plus is minus 135. If I scroll down just a smidge, I see Mikal 15.5 minus 130. I mean, that's still a bet, man. What's he at, 18 on the season? Yeah. I mean, obviously in this hot streak here, he has just not missed. I mean, so the 14 against Toronto, no explanation there. He only took 10 shots. That's what you worry about, is like this Knicks team is so versatile. But we got to put him there at 15.5. That's crazy. Why? Because the Magic are good against spot-up shooters? That's silly to me. I'm trying to think of a reason not to at 15.5, to be honest with you, even at minus 130. Let's throw that on the leans. I'll come right back to it. although it might not be around. And I don't know if this is dropping. Let's check out ETR real quick. I showed you guys this yesterday in a couple of days now. Establish the Run. This is a projections website that is behind a paywall. It is a very good and accurate projections website. So what happens when they drop their full projections, everybody's points, rebounds, assists, threes, minutes, they drop all these projections, and it's behind a $350 a season paywall, but this moves markets. I want to see what they have Mikhail at, for instance. So they have 39 minutes, 16 points. Yeah, there's no reason. I need to hit this even at minus 130. That needs to be a bet just on principle. Like, that number is too low, and I don't think everybody else is dropping down. So let's hit that. Let's make that a bet if we could, David. Let's change it from a lean to a bet for Mikhail. We're taking him over 15.5 points. The disrespect is palpable here. I don't know why we're not respecting my man like that. So I'm gonna put Mikhail in here. That's crazy, dude. And this is only available on DK at 15.5, but I can hit that. And if you can hit that, then you're getting a huge disparity here between pretty reputable books. I mean, Pinnacle is the one that we believe in the most as like the sharpest book that knows what it's talking about. And Pinnacle has him at 17.5, even though it's plus 130, it's still 17.5. So I'm hitting it. And I know this is gonna suck. All right, hold on. Now that's the problem. I'm going to play it, and I don't know if everybody that's in the VIP can play DraftKings, which is annoying. But I'm going to play it because I can. Over 15 minus 130. All right. Yeah, if you have that. All right. All right, cool. Let's move on. We got Mikhail. If you have access to Mikhail on DK, that's what I strongly recommend for that one. Let's move to the next game here. And quick reminder, I was telling everybody a minute ago, if you do want to get a free month in the VIP, go ahead and sign up for one of the books that you see listed on the side of the screen underneath me right now. They're going to be scrolling through. There's like 5 of them. If you sign up, use code LYB, DM me at JL Boogie on Twitter or Discord for a free month in the VIP. Up 39 units now. Had a little half a unit up last night, so we're going to keep it going here. Let's get into Indy and Boston. And as noted, I believe Phil called it out earlier that the let me see real quick, that the Miles Turner bet is one that we played all last year. And I believe it was Daft who showed this to me. I don't think Daft is around yet. He might jump in the stream, but Daft is the one who originally showed this to me. And I was like, damn, that's brilliant. And I've loved it ever since, which is Miles Turner under 1.5 blocks. And I talked about this earlier, but real quick, what I'm showing you here is just, obviously the hit rate is really nice, but when I see a hit rate really nice, I want to know why is it so nice. So if you look at last season, when he played this team, we're talking about under in 8 of 9 games, only had 2 one time. And honestly, that 2 was bullshit. If you watch it, it was a steal. It was not a block, but we moved past it. Obviously I'm not over it. But the 1.5, I got this for plus 130. You can still get some of that around here. Boston is a team that does not get blocked. So when I see this hit rate, I don't just go sick, a nice hit rate. Let's hit it. I go, why is that hit rate so good? And part of the reason is going to be that you don't block the Celtics. And part of the reason, which is super simple, is just that you don't take a lot of shots to the basket if you're the Celtics. So if you look at the team shooting the most threes, it's going to be the C's. They also make the most threes by a lot. So what that leads us to is there's not a lot of block opportunities. And you can see that by just going to NBA advanced stats, going to opponents, and now you see how these teams do allow their opponents to do. Well, opponent blocks on the season, the Celtics are 4th, getting blocked 4 total times per game, right? They're giving up less than 1.5 blocks per game to the center as well. So it's coming from everywhere else, honestly. So that's really what this is about. It's just that simple. I don't need to overcomplicate it. I also know for the matchup for Miles Turner is going to be guarding. Hopefully, Kristaps actually is out in this game, and I could see him being out pretty easily. He and Drew Holiday are both questionable. I could see KP missing. I believe they have a back-to-back, and Boston has some rest, so they're not playing tomorrow. Hopefully y'all are using #basketball. This is linked in the description as well. So if I just select Friday and Saturday, I can see which teams are on the front end of a back-to-back. So all these teams listed right here are going to be playing tonight and tomorrow. Boston's not one of them, but either way, I love this look here for Miles Turner. The Kristaps not being in would be great because Kristaps plays a little closer to the basket than Al Horford does. If Al Horford's out there and Miles Turner has to guard him, then we're talking about him guarding a dude who's standing on the 3-point line. And by the way, if Al Horford is available in this, or if Kristaps is unavailable in this game, we will be looking at some Miles Turner stuff, or excuse me, some Al Horford stuff for sure. But that's my only real love of in this game because of the questionable tags on Holiday and Kristaps. There's nothing else that I feel super confident in playing right now in this game, if we're being honest. So I think I'm just going to keep it moving for a minute until we see if we get some of that, some of the injury updates. But as I just want to touch on this one too, I think you maybe mean under 5 threes. But for Halliburton, I'm not going to be back in Halliburton today. You meant total points. Yeah. Under total points for Hallie. I don't know that I'm going to be playing anything under for him. I know he was a good under yesterday, but this is different. Now the Celtics, they should be able to ball hawk him. I don't want to bet on Halliburton, but I would just be a little bit more scared of an under today than I was tomorrow. Before I move on from this one, David, anything that's bringing you to this? Anything that stands out to you in this game?
I think it really depends on the injury news. 2 minutes ago, Underdog just gave us the update about Holiday and Porzingis are still remain questionable. So I think we just got to come back and revisit it probably.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. All right, cool. Then let's go. Oh man, I really don't want to bet. You probably noticed I've just been avoiding Brooklyn Nets games. Everybody wants to bet on Wemby. That's also partly what makes me scared of it. If we're being honest, is just that I don't I don't want to just hit it because of hit rate. I don't really know how to handicap this Brooklyn Nets team at this point. Like, what do you do? I mean, we were talking about this in the VIP that maybe Wemby is a big game merchant in a way, looking for these big matchups against the Knicks on Christmas. Against Embiid, he goes for 26, has a big game. I mean, yeah, the points are still pretty low. It's just this game shouldn't be close. And I said that yesterday about the Bucks, and they lost to the Nets. So what the hell do I know? Nothing that really stands out to me. Like, if you want to bet on Wemby in this one, go for it. He's definitely figuring some stuff out in the points category. I mean, obviously, he's starting out the season way worse. And if you just look at how many games is this where he's just crushing it in a row, starting with that Kings game, that'll be 15 in a row. He's over in 12 of 15, averaging 30 a game in that. It's hard to ignore that. There's really no reason to it's just, I don't know how this Nets team plays defense. So I don't know how to handicap it and go, the Nets do this. So that the Spurs, this is what the Spurs will have, and where they'll have advantages. They have advantages everywhere. If you don't have to play Wemby that much, I don't even know why you would, to be honest. So he played 30 minutes here. He got 30 points in 30 minutes on a 20-point win against Portland. Should be a 20-point win again for this team, even after not a back-to-back because they played on Christmas. So they're probably well rested. I'm probably just gonna skip right over this game. To be honest with you, I know that's gonna annoy some people. Let's go over to the Rockets and the Timberwolves here. See what y'all have. I was looking at Gobert rebounds, but let me see if you guys got anything that you like in this game too, real quick. And I'll bring up the right media right now. All right, you guys are talking about, let's see, I got the Wemby, Mobley, PJ, Mobley, Goga, Harden. Anybody got anything for I'm on the wrong one. Anybody got anything for Rockets Timberwolves? That's what I want to look at. Let's see. I'll come back to that game. Not much in here for this one that I'm seeing. Y'all are coming in. Sengun under PR. That's a look for this one. I'm going to tell you right now, too. I've shown you guys this before. I hate betting on these dudes that all do the same thing. A lot of people liked Amin Thompson yesterday. He went under, but it's like, who went over? Jabari, how many did he have yesterday? He had Jabari barely scored yesterday. He had 6 points in 28 minutes. I know it was a blowout, but who are you supposed to trust getting points? Now we got Cam Whitmore back in the mix. So he's going to be shooting 20 times in 15 minutes because that's what he does. I just hate betting on this team unless I'm betting on Sengun because he plays differently than the other guys. He's the only one who's an actual center and ball handler, which is another annoying thing. So I don't know, and this Timberwolves defense playing a lot better. I think there's probably better games to look at here too, but let me see. I know we're talking about Sengun under the PR, not 15.5 PR. Let me know what you mean by that. That's right. We mean something else for Sengun. I believe it was tipping wheelchairs, but you don't want to look at, it's not 15.5 PR. Do you mean RA? Perhaps 14.5 or 15.5 RA would be the look. Let's see. Against this Timberwolves team, Let's see how he's done. See, I was looking at Rudy's hit rate. So this is the RA in the last game earlier this season, 25 rebound chances and 16 potential assists. You want to go under on that. A little bit scary with the volume that he has against his team. What did he do last year against them? Yeah, he didn't do shit last year, right? Lost by 21, though, and they lost by 27. So they got smacked, and I don't think they're getting smacked this year. They look way better than this Timberwolves squad. So I think what he did this season is probably a lot better of an indication of what he's going to do in this game than those other two from the last season. If we're looking at his anything, let's even just start with points so I can look at his play type stuff. They are pretty bad against the roll man. I mean, he's going to have a tough matchup in general with Rudy. I kind of like the hit rate and the way that Rudy plays against his team. It's mostly the minutes that I'm looking at for Rudy. I was really hoping maybe we might get a better price on these rebounds. 10.5 minus 109. Like, yeah, you're not getting much here for 10.5. The thing with Rudy is if you look at him against this team, he does get boards, right? This season, he had 16 against them. Last season, he went over 10.5 in all of them. He's averaging 24 rebound chances in these games against the Rockets in the last 24 rebound chances and about 13 boards. And that's in about 34 minutes per game. So it does seem like he's needed out there for a Houston team that is crashing the paint on offense and is trying to get towards and is a good overall pretty good rebounding team. Where are they at now on the boards? 12th in terms of rebounds. So yeah, I mean, this would be probably where I'd be. This is where I'd be starting. Let's throw Rudy on the leans if we would, David. I see you saying with the Jabari. You're not gonna get me to do it, man. I'm sorry, y'all not gonna get me to bet on this Houston Rockets team. Like it's just like this. It's just one of those teams where it's like they just too many people do the same damn thing. If I pull up the Rockets real quick and just look at their players, there's just so much even distribution of minutes, of shot attempts. So right, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes playing 30 plus. 1, 2, just these two. So it's like, and then Cam, but now that Cam is back, right? This is the dude who comes in. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 7 of these dudes do the same shit. It's really just comes down to that. They're all taking within like 7 to 15 field goal attempts. Like it could be a different dude each night. So that's my problem with betting on Jabari. I'm probably not going to find much in that sense. And then for the Timberwolves, they're just a mess. Like the only thing I really would be looking at is going to be the Rudy Gobert rebounds. Ant would be where I'd be leaning for points if you wanted to go that route. How do you do earlier this year? Yeah, 29 against them. The reason that it would be Ant, and I'll show you in one sec. Let's just look at head to head. So last year, over in 2 of 3, averaged 26 last year too. So the reason it would be Ant is mostly because if you're breaking down the Rockets, you want to be the pick and roll ball handler. You want to be shooting off the pull up. You want to be running ISO. What are his threes at? 3.5 for hella money, for hella plus money. Or you can take 2.5 for minus 170. Like, I think he's good for 3. What did he hit last game? He hit 3 against them last game. He was 3 for 12. So actually had room for one more for sure. All he had to do was shoot 33% from 3, which is something he should be able to do. So I'm liking Ant as I'm talking myself into it because of the pull-up stuff. And this is where I've talked about this with the Rockets. If you look at them on go back here real quick. If you look at them on NBA Advanced Stats, you can look at the opponent's shooting and how they defend against either pull-up shooting or catch and shoot. So if I'm on teams opponent shooting general, I can look at catch and shoot or pull-up, right? If you look at the pull-up stuff for this team, if I look at the frequency with which shots are taken off the pull-up against them, they're going to be in the bottom 10 or about 10th or 11th, get the amount of pull-up shots that are taken against them. It's actually even more for the 3-point field goals. Yeah, it's an even higher frequency. They're like 7th most off the pull-up 3. So that's what Ant does. Ant shoots off the pull-up. He's the pick and roll ball handler. This is the dude that I'd be attacking. Basically, the Rockets don't really give up much off spot up, right? They're the second best team at limiting spot up. I believe they're the number 1 team limiting catch and shoot frequency. So like the Rockets, the Celtics and the Magic, these teams that pressure the ball, they give up a lot. They don't give up a lot of, they don't over pressure the ball. They stay on the shooters. So they don't give up catch and shoot. That's why I don't like catch and shoot stuff against the Rockets. But the primary ball handler, the guy that's shooting pull-ups, Ant Edwards, that is something that I would like as well. Good luck here from Mike from the Discord, one of the guest cappers in there, who's talking about Nas, who is crushing this line versus Houston. So it's interesting because Rudy stays in there and gets the minutes for the rebounds, and Nas is also getting some good numbers against them. 19 in 27 minutes last game. So they're going big. It kind of seems like Julius Randle was the odd man out in this one. Last year, 34 minutes. Who was anybody missing? Towns was missing. And then he had 2 good games, but those were blowouts too. So I'd be a little bit careful. 2 games were blowouts that Nas did well against Houston, right? They won by 27 and 21. He's a backup, so he's going to get more minutes in the blowouts. And then Karl Towns was missing, so he was more of a starting power forward than anything in the other one. So just be careful with the hit rate, because sometimes you got to look a little deeper and see what's up. Nice. They're both ruled out. Thank you for that, David.
Also, right. Thank you, Free Sauce, for being so sharp with that.
Free Sauce, I think, might have it might be connected to, like, I don't know, something like Shams, right? Like either Shams, like whose number do you have, bro, that you're just getting these injury reports so fast? Because my guy's tapped in for sure.
He's like the Schefter of the NBA.
What's that?
He's like the Schefter of the NBA.
He's the Schefter of the LYB Discord. Yeah, that's for damn sure. That's for absolutely damn sure. I think Shams would be the Schefter of the NBA too. All right, so what do we do with that? We're going to see lines moving. So remember, though, this is where we might actually get. Actually, it's interesting. So he's down at Tatum 9.5 boards. We always talk about Tatum with Kristaps equals more rebounds than without. And so what we should keep in mind here is that now Kristaps is out. He's way less likely to get boards. Keep that in mind. Doesn't mean he gets more. Let's do this. Let's go to Boston and see what they look like with the rotations that they're going to be having today. So let's put on court. Papa Al is going to be starting. I think we're going to see Sam Hauser probably start as well, but I'm going to leave him off for now. So I'm going to put Papa Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Kristaps is out. Oh, Derek White. Thank you. There we go. So Derek White. So these 4 guys are going to be playing together a lot. Let's take off court and put KP and Drew, take them and know that they're not going to be playing. So they're off court. This season, we've got 55 minutes where the 4 guys on the court were Horford, White, Brown, Tatum, and no Holiday or Porzingis. In that time frame, Papa Al put up 24 points per 36 minutes. He got 4.5 boards, so don't like him on the rebounds, tell you that. Tatum actually has about 18.5 boards per 36 in this situation. So even though we've got no Kristaps, which I've always told you with Kristaps equals more Tatum rebounds, we also now have a situation where this season, when he's played with this sort of this combination of players, he's gotten 18 boards. Something to keep in mind. JB is at about 25 points per 36. 5 boards, 5 dimes. We also got Tatum on the 7 assists without Kristaps and Drew. And Tatum does seem to get a lot more assists without Drew. So let's start fucking there. This was my look on, 6.5. Fangul. So this was the look on Christmas with the Jason Tatum over rebounds and assists, was that without Drew, you see him getting up. I got hella good value at 14.5. I think the RA at 14, if we get this at 14.5 is great. If we can get a good number on 15.5, like minus 110 or better, I think that's a great look on the RA. I think that's where we need to be looking. We need to be looking at the rebounds and assists for Tatum, who's going to be a distributor and step into the rebounding because of Horford. The problem is that Kada and Cornette are going to get some more time too. So they're better rebounders. Cornette probably gets some time. Well, talking about the Pacers, man, it's tough. I think, either way, you take the rebounds and the assists for Tatum. The points I'm starting to like more for Brown, and we tried that last game, but that didn't work either. I mean, Tatum crushes this team. Now his points prop's going to get out of control because of you seeing what he had 37 against them this year. If you look at last year, including the playoffs, averaged 31.5 versus this team last year, including in the playoffs. So something to consider there. I mean, that's high as fuck. And so is the Jaylen Brown stuff. Once you get up to like 25.5 for him, I mean, 24.5 is like the actual ceiling of where I would take an over for him in this game and in general. They even got Al above. I mean, come on, man. I thought this was going to open at like 8.5. Al's a good look, though. We're seeing here 24 points. He's taking a bunch of threes. If Al's going to get the points, he's going to get the threes, right? What are the threes? Oh, we don't have them up yet. And the boards are going to the boards I don't like. Like the boards, I'd be preferring an under, to be honest, against this Pacers squad for Al Horford. The 6.5 is too much. Like this should be 5.5 rebounds. It should be 8.5 points, and we should be able to easily just go over this. And the books are pissing me off now. What's D White at? What'd he be doing? 14.8 points. He's not shooting quite as much. He's not diming up quite as much either, or getting boards. So yeah, I don't know what to do with Derek White here. Damn. Yeah, cash out. If you bet that quick, I mean, I don't know. It's not an automatic cash out, and I never really recommend it. But that's why we wait for this. We like that. Yeah, Tatum has had 30 plus. Is it the last 9 versus them, or is that just the regular season? Let me see real quick what J Main's talking about. I like the name J Main. Head to head, this is this year 37. Last year, you're probably talking about regular season, right, J Main? That's what I'm guessing. Let's look at the regular one. Yeah, it's probably regular season. Last 9 regular season versus Pacers. I would imagine that makes sense. Yeah, crushing them. I mean, we can't go back too far to use this stuff, but yeah, it'll be coming back. Well, success is fading Derek White. That's interesting. Yeah, no, for sure. 28.5. I was looking at that last night too, Phil, just because of 28.5 for a man that's scoring 30 all the time. Yeah, makes sense. And he is a pretty big Tatum hater. I'm not. I'm starting to actually come around on Tatum this year. But can we like relax with the like Tatum better than Luka or whatever conversation people are trying to have online? Like, let's simmer down now. Anything else from this one, David? I guess I can move on, but I don't know if you had any thoughts before I roll.
No, not really. There were some looks on what is it, McCollum?
Oh yeah. McConnell.
Yeah. I think it's got 10 points.
McConnell, we talked about this last year. McConnell is somebody who takes 9 to 10 shots a game. 9, 10, 11, 8, 6, 10. 19 because there was nobody playing in this one against Charlotte, and they suck. But you see what I'm saying? The point, like TJ McConnell, someone who takes 9 to 10 shots per game. That's what he's averaging this year. That's what he averaged last year. He shoots all 2s because he cannot. He is the white guy that can't shoot 3s in the NBA, like the one. And so it's just a nasty cockback on that shot. It's just like, anyway, so he can't shoot 3s. So he's getting 2s. So you got to take him at like 9.5 points if you're gonna take it over. That's really all it is that it's just 9.5. He's going to get 10. He's going to make 50% of his shots. So he's either going to go 5 for 9 or 5 for 10, and with 10 to 12 points. That's when you take him. That's when you get value on the great white hope that is TJ McConnell, University of Arizona great. Yeah, I hate betting on Siakam, man. I'm with you on that. Like, he should be a decent play in this one. He got shut the hell down last year, I believe, in the playoffs. No, actually, he did. Who shut him down? Was it the Knicks? I thought he had a poor playoffs. I guess he did pretty well last year. He's at 19.5. That is a beatable number. What's the rebounds at? It's just a good defensive team, and I don't trust them. The Pacers are a little bit similar to the Rockets for me, where there's a lot of guys doing the same shit. Let's get to a game that I think we can find some value in, because just forget this Pelicans team. Just catapult this Pelicans team into the sun, and please stop making us watch them play basketball. All right, Cleveland is in Denver. We can find some shit here in Denver. Quick reminder, go ahead and give that video a like as we move on to this game right here, Cleveland, Denver. Definitely want to check out the scrolling underneath me right now. You can see we've got the scrolling line there with the different books that we have promos for. So if you do want to use one of these promos, I'll give you a free month in the Discord, the VIP Discord, so you can get all the picks that we are putting in there, up 39 units on the season right now. So if you do want to jump in there, screenshot me, you signing up for one of those books, and go ahead and get you that free month. So Twitter and Discord at Jail Boogie, that's going to be the best place to do that stuff. All right. So what do I have for this game? Right now, I already have a bet for this game. So I'll just tell you right now that I like MPJ, and we can still get him at 17.5. This is about what I got him at, and it's not moving too much, which is great. But I do like this bet for a spot up shooter. We've got no Aaron Gordon. I'll just show you here. This is where I like to start when I know that there's somebody out, and it's Aaron Gordon. In this one, we're going to go here to NBA Fantasy Labs. So I can see how does the sort of combination of players that I know are going to be on the floor tonight for Denver, how do they play without Aaron Gordon? So we're taking Jamal. He's playing. We got Nikola. We got MPJ, and I'm going to put CB, Christian Brown, out there because I know those are the 4 starters, and we'll probably get Russ out there doing Russ stuff. But let me put Aaron Gordon off court. All right, so now we've got the 4-man rotation of these 4 bros right here playing without Aaron Gordon right here. What do they do this season? So what we see with MPJ is he's at about 20 points per 36 when he's playing without Aaron Gordon. and with the other 3 starters that I just put out there. So I like him at the 17.5. We get a couple points in what I think he should be doing against a Cleveland team that he has a really nice hit rate against, in part because he's a spot up shooter. They are 15th against spot up shooters, but they're so good against everything else that they're 7th against the pick and roll ball handler for this Cleveland defense. So this is kind of how you beat them. You have to score a little bit more from like the corners and off of the catch and shoot, right? So that's what we target against Cleveland as well, as more of the catch and shoot guys. That's why I like MPJ without Aaron Gordon. Get a few more shots. 17.5 is the end of where I'd play this. I probably would stop at 18.5 at that point, but 17.5 to get 18 when he's averaging about 20 per 36 minutes. This is a good look for MPJ. And let's see where we're at with Nikola, because the assists, we keep getting some pretty good value once they drop down to 8.5 on the dimes. And the silly thinking here is that he's going to get fewer dimes against a good team like Cleveland, and a good defense. And Cleveland is 8th in terms of limiting assists. But a couple of things here. I mean, he's already done this really well. 11 on 14 potential assists earlier in the season, where he got this, clearly 11. Last year in both games as well. One game, 16 assists on 23 potentials. That was without Jamal Murray. Other game also had no Jamal Murray, and they lost by 12. He only played 28 minutes. They basically gave up. This team sucks on the road for Denver. By sucks, I mean they're a 500 team on the road, but they're much better at home, where they're like 8-4. So when they're playing at home now, he gets a few more dimes there as well. This is what I like here. I took the triple-double for Joker. I got that at plus 188. Not sure what it is now, but I think triple-double for Jokic is the play. Got that scrolling on the bottom line for you guys if you're interested. So those are the 2 plays that I have in here. And I know there's going to be some Russ looks, but if you were wondering, Grendel, if you're wondering about the triple-double, we got that in there. We got Garland. Yeah, we got a lot of looks for this game, because this is going to be a pretty fun game between 2 of the best teams in the league. David, any suggestions about where I might start here and anything that caught your eye? Looks like Marcus Price caught your eye.
Yeah, I like how he's got an angle for us here to look at.
Cool. You want to read that one out for me?
Yeah, so he's asking about Russell, 12.5 points. His field goal attempts are high with Gordon out, and the lineup, this looks like plus matchup Cleveland guards also. So he also likes 1.5 threes.
Maybe at the threes as well for Russ.
Yeah, 25 plus minutes, shot volume.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate the look, Marcus. Marcus always bringing some shit. I appreciate that. So let's just start without Aaron Gordon for Russ. It's actually probably a lot more important that it's without Jamal Murray, but let's just see real quick. So let's put Russ on the floor. Let's take CB out for a minute and put Russ on the floor. Actually, let's just see what that starting lineup looks like. So where's Russ at? Rusty Westbrook. Yeah, this is only about 7 minutes with these 5, so this isn't going to help me much. Let me take CB off. See what that does. And I got because Jamal Murray's on the floor with him, so it kind of takes away from stuff. But he is at about 17 per 36, 8 dimes, 5 to 6 boards. And so the look was also the threes. I don't know, man. I'm terrified of taking a Russell Westbrook 3 prop. When he's played in the 30 minutes though, he's like 1 for 1 for 3 from 3 with this team. So I get it, but yeah, no, I get the Russ stuff for sure. This is going to be a pretty fast paced game. He will have some weak guards guarding him, because Donovan and Garland are both very, very beatable guards for sure. And he'll have his field day. Problem is he's got to get to the bucket, right? And now you're talking about a team that's really, really good down low. He's scoring most of his points. Yeah, transition, pick and roll ball handler. It's tough to score against this team, especially if you can't shoot from that standpoint. Let's see if I know he wasn't with this team last year, but this year he had 10. We didn't have anybody out in that game, and he had 16 minutes or took the 9 shots in 16 minutes. So, Russ is going Russ. I don't love the number even without Ago. I think it's a little bit more important for Russ that Jamal Murray is out before I feel super comfortable putting a bet on him. But if you were, the points are beatable. The assists are probably like 6.5. Oh, 5.5. Yeah. And it's going to tip into 6.5. So, that's about where you'd play it. But yeah, I think those are all pretty fair numbers. I don't see much of an edge there. On the other side, we're talking about, I think assists are something we should be looking at. Probably Donovan to just go clean off. Russ has been a little bit better than has like Jamal Murray in terms of the let me move it. Where is that comment at? Would you do me a solid, take that comment down so we can put other my bad, I got it. I was confusing myself. For Donovan or Darius, if you look at the Nuggets here, they are allowing, in terms of assists, They're allowing the most assists per game on the season are the Nuggets, and that includes to guys that like the point guard, right? The primary ball handler. Now, I hate having to figure out which one of these dudes is going to do what between Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Another reason I don't like betting these teams very much. I would say one of them should be getting their assist, but which one, I truly couldn't tell you between Donnie and Darius. There's nothing that's changing here to give me an edge, but let's at least look at the bet that's been paying my mortgage so far, which is first quarter points for our boy. Now, we're not getting the odds we were getting anymore. We could have gotten like minus 115, but this is a dude who's gone over 14 to 22 games with the 3.5 points in the first quarter for Jared Allen. So this is just sort of like an auto play, but at minus 140, it's not quite the same auto play. How are they against spot up shooters real quick? Let me see for this Denver squad. We're looking at them versus spot up. Yeah, they are third worst against the spot up. They're better against the pick and roll ball handler. And that's how Darius and Donovan are getting both their points. So now I'm not really sure how to do it, but somebody's going to spot up and hit a bunch of freaking shots for this team. Is it going to be Max Strus? I don't really want to bet on that, to be honest. He's still on that minutes restriction. He just missed a game for them as well. So I don't know if I want to bet on Max Strus, but somebody's going to spot up and somebody's going to get the dimes and pass to that spot up shooter. I just don't freaking know which one it is. Let me see if I can find a way to do that. Figure out which one it's going to be between Darius and Donovan. I mean, he's got obviously a much more beatable number here. Let's see, 19.5 feels pretty beatable, man. What did he do against them last year? 24 this year, had 26-1, and then when they lost on the road by 29, he didn't do shit. So it's tough, but that's where I'd be looking, man. One of those. That's the thing is like, is it going to be Donovan passing or Donovan scoring? It's probably going to be Donovan passing and Darius off the spot up, right? He's at 16. Let me just do it this way. I'm going to go to NBA advanced stats. I'm going to look at players. I'm just going to see who's doing more catch and shoot. So if you go to players tracking data on NBA advanced stats, you can go to catch and shoot or pull up. So catch and shoot, I'm going to filter this so it's just the Cavs. Get those stats. Sam Merrill. Yeah, Donnie and Darius just don't do catch and shoot. They got the ball in their hands the whole damn time, so it's really hard for them to catch and shoot. Snap. Okay, so I don't know really what to do with that. Let me just look at passing real quick for this team, see if somebody's clearly passing the ball more as a point guard. If we go back to the Cavs, this is me doing tracking passing data. Going to Cleveland, get those stats. Let's see, potential assists per game. I mean, it's just so goddamn even, bro. I mean, passes made are within 6 of each other. Assists within 2 of each other. Potential assists are within 1 of each other. Like, they're doing the same damn thing. It's really annoying. So 6.5 assists for Darius. Yeah, we could start to get cute with some of these parlays if we want to, man. But let's see, the dimes at 6.5 for plus money against Denver. What did he do against them earlier this year? 4 on 8 potentials. Donnie had 6 on 13 potentials. It does seem like it would be Donnie just because he's got the ball in his hands more, and they're going to force it out of his hands. So I think I'm leaning towards Donnie for the assists and Garland for the points, but that's why I'm not going to bet on either of them right now. I'll have to come back to that one. Let me try to at least go through a couple of things in the last couple games here. I don't think we have a lively update yet, right, David?
No, nothing yet.
Come on, Derek. Yeah, it'll be some game time bullshit per usual. All right, so then we know Draymond's probably out. So let's do something with that. Let's see if they start to give it, but they're not going to give us much until he's completely ruled out, right? Because did he get completely ruled out actually? Because they took his stuff down.
They said doubtful, and it was
because he went doubtful, right? Yeah.
So once whenever he's back.
Yeah, and it's his back. Yeah, he's not going to play. So they are starting to update things for that. I was kind of hoping we might see some Kevon Looney stuff. Trace Jackson Davis is firmly back in there, and this is a tough matchup for him, though. He barely played in these last games because Kevon Looney was playing, but Looney was missing in the last game. So Looney should be available tonight. Now without Wiggins, I think we're going to see some more Looney. So I think this is going to be where I look as well. For JK, I don't know about that. Let's just do this real quick for the Warriors. We'll try to to get something for this game and then get out of here so I can get some more stuff in for the VIP. Since we got so many more people in here, go ahead and give that video a like if you would. Goes a super long way. Much appreciated. And also want to make sure you check out the description of the video for the links to all the tools I'm using. And if you see the stuff scrolling right underneath me, there's $200 deposit on BETR if you use code LYB. I'm offering you guys a free month in the VIP. If you do want to get a free month, go ahead and sign up for one of these books using code LYB. Send me a screenshot on Twitter or Discord of you doing that, using that code, and I'll go ahead and get you that free month in the VIP. So hit me up for that. Let's see if we can find anything for this squad. So let's put Wiggs on the court. I mean, now that's the other problem is we have no Steph and we've got Dennis Schroeder. So I got nothing. I don't know how these units are going to play together. I know y'all want to bet on the any kind of dubs in this game with them out, but I don't know what Dennis Schroeder playing alongside Kuminga and Wiggins with no Steph, with Trace Jackson Davis. Like, I don't know anything about it. I'm going to be looking at Kevon Looney. I'm considering the boards for TJD because he's got to play for Trace Jackson Davis, or as Legacy calls him, Tracy Jackson Davis, which we're now just calling him Tracy. So that's who we're talking about when you hear me say Tracy. I'd prefer to be looking at like Zoo to get his, what's he at, 13 boards probably. 12.5 juiced all the way down because he dominates this team for sure. So everything's gonna be a little bit high for him. And yeah, I got to look at this stuff a little bit more closely. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find anything much more for you guys in this one. So appreciate y'all's time. I know I got to end it a little bit early, but I also got shit to do right now. So I'm going to get a couple of these bets up for the VIP. Everything's scrolling on the bottom. I'm going to do my best to get a video out for the NBA games tomorrow. It's probably going to be tomorrow morning. So if you do want to check out the video that I'll be putting out with the looks for Saturday, it's going to come out as early as I can on Saturday morning. Probably won't have that tonight. Then we'll also have player props for the NFL coming out tomorrow on Saturday as well. So appreciate the time, though. Give that video a like. We'll be back on Monday with the live. As you know, we do every day, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And until I see you guys next, happy betting.